Salams and welcome. Thank you for joining me in another episode of the Quran in English Basics for Beginners. We are now starting with chapter number 83, Surah 83, Surah Al-Tatfif, dealing in fraud. And why this is so important? Because in today's world, as it was 1400 years ago, fraud is there in the business world, left, right, and center. If people have an opportunity to commit fraud, they will commit fraud. I think 90% of the people in some or other way have committed fraud. 10% of the people are straight as arrows that won't commit any type of ill dealing in business. But it is this aspect of fraud that is so devastating for humanity. And now with the internet, fraud has become even worse with cryptocurrency fraud and all types of business fraud and all types of evil that is prevailing throughout the world. Fraud, you'll find it left, right, and center, whether it is the Ponzi schemes or the pyramid schemes or the cryptocurrency schemes or these horrific scammers. And I wish the worst punishment on these scammers, wherever they are, the hackers of the world who go around hacking innocent people's social media platforms, like what happened in my case as well. They stole all my videos, stealing all our things, and then they have these fake call centers that they've made a business out of it. Whether it is those people in India or Bangladesh or Pakistan or elsewhere in the world, they have specialized teams of people, 20, 30, 40, all in their own cubicle and phoning people all over the world, making them afraid, hey, if you don't pay this, your line is to be cut, your TV will be cut, you're owing money, A, B, C, blah, blah, blah. And meanwhile, they are making millions of dollars per year. But thankfully, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has also created intelligent people who are naming and shaming these hackers wherever they are. What these people are forgetting is that no matter what scams that they are doing in secret, on the day of judgment, everything will be revealed. Whether it is a car that you are selling, if you're a used car dealer and you are scamming the customer with a rubbish spare part, and then the customer gets stuck in the middle of his night with his family, you're going to be punished for that, because for a few dollars you want to harm another human being. Or if you're an honorable member of parliament and you're involved in bribery and corruption and embezzlement, on the day of judgment you will no longer be an honorable member of parliament, you will be in total shame and disgrace. Right, so let's start. Surah 83, Surah Al-Tatfif, dealing in fraud, comprising 36 verses. Please remember, the Quran is the final divine scripture from the Supreme Creator of the heavens and the earth. Don't delay. Please get your copy today. Quran in English Basics for Beginners. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. The Quran is giving a very, 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 very serious dealing for those who deal in fraud, because you are harming innocent people who are trusting you. You are deceiving them in business deals. You are betraying them just so that you can become more richer and more wealthier, and thereby you can enrich yourself and your family and drive a big car and a big fancy house. But meanwhile, you have defrauded other people. That is not halal money, it is criminal money. And this is a big warning from the Quran. Woe to those that deal in fraud. Those who, when they have to receive by measure from people, exact full measure. But when they have to give by measure or weight to people, give less than due. When something is owing to them, they want their pound of flesh. They want everything and even a little bit more. But when they have to pay other people, they're not interested. They say, don't trouble me. Here's a take it, finish. Or though in the old days, under the scales, they used to put a piece of lead or a magnet to cheat the customer, and thereby they become very rich. Who are they fooling? They are living in a fool's paradise because they cannot fool God, they cannot fool Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they cannot fool the recording angels. So you have a used car dealer. He is very, very rich. You know why? Because he takes the odometer, the speedometer of that car, and he turns it backwards. Instead of 200,000 kilometers on the clock, it shows 60,000 kilometers or 50,000 kilometers because his mechanic knows how to turn it backwards. That's called fraud. You are selling a vehicle that's got 200,000 on it. You are pretending to the customer, oh, this was an old lady. It's only got 40,000 on the clock. And you as an innocent, trusting customer, you buy it, but soon you find the gearbox is giving up, the engine is giving up, everything is giving up. Meanwhile, you as the seller of the car, you are happy because you made a deal, but that money is not halal for you. You're going to be held accountable for it because you have deceived another human being. The lesson is don't deceive people. If you have taqwa and God consciousness, don't deceive people. If there's an inheritance, if your mother or your father is given a certain amount of shares for the 5 children, for example, say there's 5 children, each one must get 20%. Give the money equally, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, end of the story. Don't say, hey, I'm the boss, I need 60%, y'all, I need 70%, I'm running the business, y'all can all share 5% each. Don't do that. There's no barakat in that if you are going to harm people and deceive people insofar as the inheritance is concerned. You have 3 business partners. They say we'll go 30%, 30%, 30%. But when the time is right, one person takes 80% and he gives 10%, 10% to the other 2. Who are they fooling? They are fooling themselves. Do they not think that they will be called to account? On the day of judgment, they will be asked all the false promises they made, all the false documents, all the clocks that they put backwards, all the wrong parts, the chip line parts they put in cars or in cell phones, or whatever it is that they're dealing with. You get a person, you tell a person, build a house for me. He puts the most rubbish concrete and the most rubbish cement, and he doesn't even do the proper mixture of 3 sand, 1 cement. He puts 5 sand, 1 cement. Why? Because he wants to save money. But meanwhile, the house starts cracking and the ceiling starts leaking and the customer is not happy. Who are you fooling? You want your full money, but you're not even doing a decent job. Who are you fooling? You think that money is going to make you rich? If you have asked the people of the country to vote for you, and now you're an honorable member of parliament, and someone puts bribe on the table and you take that bribe because now you're involved in corruption of the tender and you're not interested in doing your work, you're only interested in getting fat and empowering and enriching your own family. Who are you fooling? God knows exactly what you are doing. You cannot fool God. What kind of world are you living in? The angels are there with you. They are recording everything on high definition camera. And on the day of judgment, all your crime is going to be shown. And you will ever regret why you tried to deceive the people and why you tried to enrich yourself, whether you're a hacker or a scammer or a cryptocurrency fraud or a member of parliament or a construction worker or a car mechanic. You will be in the biggest shame and regret of your life. You will say, I would rather have had less money than instead of being a multi-millionaire with that money I've got it with fraud by harming people. Remember a very famous saying which says, the bigger the dime, the bigger the crime. And the word dime is an American word for money. The bigger the money, somewhere along that line, that person has done some crookery. We are not saying everybody. But if you find someone who's very, very rich and wealthy, always remember, whether it's a person or a country or an organization or a business, you don't become rich overnight. Somewhere along the line, that person or that business or that country has committed evil or fraud or bribery or corruption or some crime. That is why they are overnight rich. But there are people, 10%, who are pure honest. They will get their multi-millions through an honest way, not by harming people, but the 90% of the people. The bigger the dime, the bigger the crime. The bigger the coin, the bigger the wrong that's going on somewhere along the line. Don't forget that lesson. On a mighty day, do they not think that they will be called to account on a mighty day, the day of judgment, which is guaranteed for everyone? A day when all of mankind will stand before the Lord of the worlds. All the presidents and the prime ministers and the popes and the government and the priests and the pastors and the leaders of the church and the tele-evangelists who are driving private jets because they've deceived the people. Every single human being, including the atheist, will be there in front of God. Whether you're a Christian or non-Christian, Muslim or non-Muslim, whether you're a Hindu or a Buddhist or a Scientologist or a pagan worshipper or a New Age worshipper or a yoga worshipper or a meditation worshipper or the worshipper of a universe or the worshipper of a tree or the river or the moon or the star or the statue or a stone or a fanciful dragon, whether you worship the Greek gods mythology or the Roman gods of mythology, it does not matter. Every single human being, including Charles Darwin, Professor Brian Cox and Richard Dawkins and every atheist on the world, will stand in front of God. That's a guarantee, including Nelson Mandela and Mahatma Gandhi and Mother Teresa and Princess Diana and Muhammad Ali and Michael Jackson and Elvis Presley. Every single human being will stand in front of God. Nobody can escape. And the recording angels who are with you right now, like CCTV cameras, they have been recording and they will present your hard drive with all that you have done throughout your life, and there's nothing you can deny because everything is in black and white and in full color high definition TV, and you will see this on big screens from the skies to the earth. And those honorable members of parliament who pretend that they are good, meanwhile they are the biggest mafias and criminals. On that day, it will be the biggest regret for them. It will be the biggest shame and humiliation. Their own families will run away from them. They say, we never told you to do this. We never told you to steal from the people. Because the people of the country are hard-working, yet you are stealing from the people. You are not fixing up the potholes. You are not sorting out the water. You are not sorting out the electricity. But everything is going more and more and more, and people are putting money into that pocket. How long is that going to help them? Whether it is the Gupta criminals or whoever it is, the Guptas are going to stand in front of God, guaranteed. Jeffrey Epstein is going to stand in front of God, guaranteed. The occult worshippers are going to stand in front of God, guaranteed. All the big shots of the world, the Hollywood stars, the Bollywood stars, the musicians, excuse me, the Wimbledon champions, every single human being from the first to the last will all stand in front of God, including the atheists. That is a day when all mankind will stand before the Lord of the world. So please don't delay. Get your copy of